Hello everyone and welcome to a new Gameplays on Gameboy TV. Instead of doing something relatively new, I decided to step back a little bit and do something that's and do a game that has relatively been out there for quite a while. But there's nothing new that really has interested me in the 3DS market yet. So why not take the opportunity to do a game from my old, not old, but currently in my collection of 3DS games. And this is Mario Tennis Open, which was released last year. I was a senior in high school, so it's been over a year since this game has been released. Mario Tennis Open is the third incarnation of the Mario Tennis series. The first game, Mario Tennis, was released in 2000 for the Nintendo 64. 4 years later, Nintendo released Mario Power Tennis, which took the series into more fantasy-like matches, as it would allow players big advantages to use magical power shots, either to score on their opponent or prevent from being scored upon. 8 years later, a new game, this game, Mario Tennis Open, was released to help promote and cater to Mario Tennis fans and 3DS fans. This game resembles the original Mario Tennis game, as it doesn't use power shots, but rather regular skills used to win tennis matches in real life. The first thing that you notice right before we even get to the main menu is that this game doesn't have a movie intro, unlike the previous two games, which always had a movie that you can either watch or skip depending on if you want to play the game or not. But I kind of like the movies. I think it's a humorous way to get the player into the game by putting on a movie that you know you can get a laugh at, and you know it helps it's like a great segue into the main menu and introduction. Makes it gives the game a lot more value if you're able to have that attention grabber right before you even get to choose what modes to select, the options. And I kind of that kind of was a downer to not see that. It just goes straight into the introduction. But hopefully next game Mario Tennis game, whenever it's gonna come out, if there is for the Wii U, that Nintendo can actually put, you know, a 2 or 3 minute opening movie in it. So without further ado, let's proceed. So let's take a look at our main menu, folks. Now I've got two files going. I got myself and a friend of mine. So we're gonna start off fresh. And we can select a me, and this is my other friend Patrick. I hope he doesn't mind it. He's on one of my associated channels list. So let's begin. All right, so this is how to play. Welcome to Mario Tennis Open. Let's start by practicing the basics you'll need in order to play. So basically, you know, if you haven't played the game, or if you actually even want to know how to play the tennis in real life, I think, you know, this tutorial isn't too bad. This is a gyro sensor, so you can actually move the character. Well, move the screen by tilting. Well then, let's try serving. To serve, tap Simple Shot on the screen. When your opponent returns the ball, choose your shot and return it back. Step into chance areas and tap the flashing panel to pull off a chance shot. I'll go more into depth right after this tutorial. there are 3 shot panels in all. Press L or R to cycle through them. So this is basically all the different moves tennis players use. The lob, topspin, flat shot, simple shot, drop shot, and the slice. Now to beginners, you can actually just choose 3 options. A lob, a drop shot, and a simple shot. You can only change the shot panel before serving. You can exit the dynamic menu by tilting the system flat. Now back to the match. So since I've already played this game, I'm gonna use the whole full panel. Just win the number of games and sets determined by the rules, and the victory is yours. Press start before serving to review the rules. You've invited to compete in the Mushroom Cup. Obviously, this is the tournament mode. Any tennis player would jump at the chance to join this tournament. So, I believe this is something that we've never really seen in the previous Mario Tennis games, is that each, any match you do, whether it be special matches, tournament matches, or even just exhibition matches, you get certain coins that you can use to buy items. This game really puts a lot of emphasis on unlockables, and choosing different items that you can unlock will determine the type of skill that a certain character will have on the court. So a lot of different combinations to try and win certain matches. You can play tennis with other Mii characters you meet through Street Pass. I've activated the Street Pass in case I want to have a segment. Now let me explain the different types of tennis shots that you can perform during the game. Each type of shot, such as the flat shot or topspin shot, is assigned its own color. This color corresponds to colors in the shot panel and also the color of the ball as it flies across the court. In addition to the different colors of the shots, the panels will have its own symbol, and these symbols will comprise of iconic items or iconic images from the different Mario games. And you'll see that as we play through the game. During the game, some of the court will glow in a spot where a certain tennis shot will be used effectively. First, let me explain the Topspin Shot. It's a high trajectory shot, a fast ball that also bounces high. The color of the tail will be red. And in order to perform a top spin, just simply hold down the A button and release to perform a topspin shot. The symbol for the shot will be a fire flower. Next up, we have the flat shot, which can be performed by pressing Y, and the color for the flat shots is purple. It's the fastest type of shot, and it has no spin. And the symbol is a starman. That shot is often a very devastating shot for your opponent because it is almost guaranteed a point. Next up we have the slice. The symbol for the slice is a Gooper Blooper from Super Mario Sunshine, and the color is blue. It's a low trajectory shot with a backspin. It is slow moving and it has a slow bounce. Okay. Next up we have the lob, which is symbolized by a Cheep Cheep. The color of the lobs are usually yellow, orange, mix of them. The lob is a shot with a very high trajectory aimed toward the back of the court. Usually lobs are very, very devastating for your opponent if on a court in which the ball will bounce relatively high. And lastly, we have a drop shot. The color for that is white, and its symbol is the white bomb. It's a shot aimed toward the front of the court. It barely bounces at all. A very, very terrible shot for your opponent in courts that have relatively low bouncing. And then other shots are another shot is the jump shot, which is basically a last second save if the ball starts to go out of bounds. If a ball is just out of reach, press the R button, and that's pretty much it for the different types of tennis shots. Alright folks, so this is the main menu. We've got 5 different options here: single player, local multiplayer, online multiplayer, street pass, and clubhouse. By activating street pass, you could connect others via street pass, and you could play matches with them. Ring shot, like people in your street pass list. Actually, let's leave that activated. But if you encounter someone who wants to play Mario Tennis with you, you can encounter on Street Pass, you could play these various matches with them. Obviously I haven't been taking my 3DS around yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Local multiplayer, if you have other 3DS players around you who want to play with you, don't have to be necessarily on your street pass, but if you can just have people whose 3DSs are in range of others, you can do local multiplayer. Online multiplayer, obviously you connect online and you can play others from different countries or different states. Here is the clubhouse, and here in the clubhouse you can buy new items, view records, and more. And as you probably noticed, or for people who played this game before, this game, you accumulate coins as you go, as you play in tournaments, play in special games. This is a feature that wasn't seen so much in the first 2 Mario Tennis games, but it gives the game a lot more replayability, to unlock outfits, and to change your Mii character, and by changing different outfits you get different strengths. You're more agile at certain moves, but we don't have so much unlockables now. But as we get through several matches, and when we do the tournaments and the special games, we'll visit this place once again. Alright, so by clicking on the options, I want to eliminate the gyro sensor because I like the top-down view instead of having that, the deeper perspective, instead of having like closer where I have to move the gyro sensor around. I can just control using the slide pad. And then you also got the racket hand, which you can change if you're comfortable playing with the left hand or right hand. I usually do the right hand. and if you want to watch the tutorial on how to play again. So yes, like I said, we will visit this store later once we get some accomplishments in. So this is it for the main menu. By clicking on single player, you got 3 options: the tournament, the exhibition, and special games. So this is where I'm gonna leave you now for this first part. On Monday, tune in to Gameboy TV. Hopefully check my channel at about 4 p.m. If I can get a video up, I'm gonna record all this weekend. And we're gonna have some exhibition games. We're gonna have a bunch of them. I'm gonna decide who I'm gonna play, who I'm gonna go up against, and so we can have a little bit of fun with it. Plus, I will also explain how I'm gonna do this walkthrough from this point on, because it's not gonna be something that I've done, you know, before. Unlike Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and the new Super Mario Brothers 2, so it's gonna be more of like a quiet. I'll explain it all later on, but for now, thank you for watching this introduction, and I'll see you on Monday, folks.